This is the South China Sea, one of the world's most vital maritime arteries. It carries about 1/3 of global shipping and accommodates hundreds of thousands of merchant vessel transits each year. China has often been painted as the so-called bully in the South China Sea, but the reality is very different. In largely unnoticed ways, China quietly serves as a guardian of maritime safety. I set out to understand how this works in practice. The journey begins in Guangzhou, where China's Southern Navigation Service Center is based. Here, a critical layer of safety is not always seen, but heard.
This is Guangzhou Radio. Good morning, sir. I will loud and clear.
The Guangzhou Coast Radio Station is the largest maritime communications hub in southern China, linking ships with shore. Operators are on duty around the clock. Their responsibilities include broadcasting maritime safety information and monitoring incoming signals across multiple communication systems. Most are routine radio checks, but occasionally a single distress signal can save lives.
2025年7月28日
On July 28th last year, our station received a digital selective calling distress alert from a foreign-flagged vessel in the South China Sea after a fire broke out on board. We immediately coordinated with the Maritime Rescue Coordination Center and helped organize the rescue response, ensuring uninterrupted ship-to-shore communications throughout the operation. This provided valuable time for rescuers, and all 25 crew members were safe.
Another important layer of the operation is physical infrastructure. With its complex geography of islands, reefs, shoals, and submerged rocks, the South China Sea presents ongoing navigational challenges. In Hainan, China's southernmost province, crews work to reduce these risks by building and maintaining aids to navigation.
Vessels still occasionally enter dangerous waters due to human error, and there have been cases of ships running aground on reefs in recent years. That is why aids to navigation are continuously deployed along key routes and in hazardous areas to warn vessels and help them avoid danger.
Over the years, the division has built close to 100 navigation aids in total, covering major shipping routes, key islands and reefs, and critical waters. Many are digital. For example, the 5 lighthouses in Nansha Qingdao, standing over 50 meters tall. Equipped with automatic identification system and very high-frequency stations, they have helped connect passing ships for roughly a decade. As the country has built the world's largest integrated maritime safety network, a more intelligent future could be on the horizon.
For example, maritime communications in the South China Sea are gradually moving towards satellite-based systems. When a satellite VDES network is eventually deployed and integrated, communications could become more efficient, with wider coverage and fewer blind spots.
But it's not just seafarers that depend on this vast body of water. The South China Sea is surrounded by 9 countries, with roughly 270 million people living along its coasts. What makes navigation and life in the South China Sea particularly challenging are the natural disasters, frequent typhoons, strong currents, storm surges, and perhaps worse, earthquakes and tsunamis. This June, a magnitude 7.9 earthquake jolted Davao in the Philippines. In some coasts, it generated tsunami waves of around 1 meter, with the Philippines and Indonesia both issuing tsunami warnings. To help regional countries monitor tsunami risks and improve preparedness, Beijing hosts the South China Sea Tsunami Advisory Center under UNESCO's Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission. Wang Zongchen was on duty when the earthquake happened.
Our first tsunami advisory product was issued to regional countries approximately 9 minutes after the earthquake. I think that matters. With the center's continuous training, the countries have developed their own capacity for earthquake monitoring and tsunami warnings. But having an official message like this still makes a big difference. Having one more stable and reliable source of information can give forecasters more certainty in what they issue.
While the tsunami warnings were eventually lifted, the need for reliable marine forecasts remains constant. At the National Marine Environmental Forecasting Center, advances in ocean observation, modeling, and computing are supporting both domestic services and international cooperation.
In recent years, we have self-developed the Mazu series of ocean models, providing strong algorithmic support for forecasting. We are currently promoting the Mazu ocean models among Belt and Road partner countries. So far, the models have been deployed in Bangladesh and Indonesia.
By 2025, the Mazu models for tsunami, storm surge, and wave forecasting had been integrated into Indonesia's national early warning system, supported by technical training to strengthen marine disaster warning capabilities.
Beyond the headlines, the South China Sea has always been home to a closely interconnected maritime community. Fishermen, sailors, and coastal families all share the same waters and often face the same risks. As the largest coastal state in the region, this is what China's doing, using its top resources to help make one of the world's busiest seas safer for everyone who depends on it.